everybody. Let's get in the second part of acting day. So I think something is air sense, like the fluency and the word and the style. I used to say, I used to tell you guys, I used to say, so everything here comes to sense, and everything has to change with times, and your own ignorance and your literate personality comes through, and some one day it will change into a very legit and how uh a really literally person, and also whose person has having lots of knowledge and wisdom, and that way you must have to be, if you want to become like that person, you have to be very persistent and dedicated, consistent, you know pre- preservative, you know also assertive and diplomatic. You must have to all these features and the characteristics you have to what create and you have to direct yourself in an innovative way, and learn to be like the persons. And if you are not like those people, and at least you can try and you can instruct yourself, and you can work as a tutor or structure of not only for yourself. You have to be the therapist if nobody comes to relieve your pain or sufferings, so you are at the time of your prime time, and only in that time you can what you can lead yourself with the you have to treat yourself with kindness and care, and if you once you learn to care yourself and love yourself in that way, everything seems here, everything's like fading. And you see you think this generation is really ruthless and reckless, this generation only you have to be in that it would be better if you become a resilient person in this generation, if you are not becoming, then everybody comes to like insult you, and that is already how miserable and dismal that will become, and that is already seen. That's really threatening, and you mustn't have to live in that how situation or condition, because you are actually a civilized person, and you have also you are actually also an ethical person, you are going ahead with a normative person, all these features and characters are within you, and you are just amplifying into these things into your life. So that's it. This everything's are here, like your even people are fading their color, but you are not going to change your color like the weather, So sorry for the pause, guys, because I had some uh, like that was a really awful incident or coincident happened that was happened to me, so that I was outside that this room. So that's it. So let's get in the we have to always be concentrated and dedicated and focused only on our work and actions. So that's why I'm here. So to talk on a new vocabulary. So that's why I'm going to talk on that vocab. So let's get in that word. The world of vocabulary or something like that. So the first word is here, that is insurmountable. That means impossible to avoid, overcome. Have you ever been in insurmountable what situation or condition? If you have been, then what then you must have here. And if you had in this situation, then you might not have overcome from, and you can't overcome from that situation. So this word only used for the thing and situation from where you can't overcome, and you always just talk at that point and situation, so in that way this word can be used. So that's it. And if something is really impossible to from that overcome, so in that way we can use that incident was really that incident which was happened to someone's that was really in insurmountable. So we can say that. That's it. And another word is acculturate. That means what adopt another culture. Don't you want to acculturate culturate something for the betterment of your society and for a community, because you can even get involved in where globalization, and you can know everything. Even you mustn't have to leave and depart. You mustn't have to abandon your culture, one culture. You have to preserve, you have to protect your traditional culture, but you can also have, it will be better if you know about others culture and how they are performing, how they are executing, and how they're actually how they are celebrating their festivals, and how they are going ahead with their culture, how their culture is. And if everybody comes to only, they wanna what, adopt others culture, if that is like modern or something like that, they are everything here changing with more like modern things are here applying in everyone's life. So it might be same in future also. So it would be better if you know, if you have knowledge, proper knowledge about it, and even of your own culture, or also if you have it additionally, if you have others knowledge about other culture, then that is also appreciating precious. So we can even imagine, this is out of your imagination. So if you want to be familiar with that, what, with that things or with their culture, and that will be a really appreciate and amazing things that is never ever happen and never might. I think nobody wanna just, they just wanna what, only amplify all, the things which are really precious and they are modern in this era. So only in that way other people will like to adopt that culture. Otherwise even the people in that traditional things are is not and their culture is not like proper and that is not seen appropriate, and that way they comes to live their own what, tradition. So it mustn't has to be with you, and you shouldn't have to do the same that other are doing, and they're actually what, uh, like they are amplifying and they are going through this way throughout the whole life, their entire life. It's really tedious, don't you think? You are here to, you are here for the existence, also for the other people. So you can also work. You are not feeble or feeble, like fragile for the, like you are not weak than others, so you are the base. And firstly you must have to be confident uh, with for you, and you must have to be confident yourself. And confidence is just not about learning, it's all about your experience. You can gain it from your experience. Experience is really matters in life. So once you start gaining uh, experiencing everything around you, which is like, even that is if nothing is if there is nothing expect and remain behind except struggling or sacrificing a lot of thing and precious, even you don't want to live any kind of thing in your life in that way. Even in that way you have to sacrifice a lot of thing in that prime time. That is the actual, and obviously that must has to be like that kind of prime, what, a heroic lessons are also. I don't have to say anything, but that is really appreciating, and that must has to be very hot, precious for everyone. So this life is also like this. And what can I say? So I can concatenate so it with the traditional things. But if everything is fading towards negativity, like negatively, then we have to concatenate our traditional culture with our modern what generation. And we have to initiate to provide sufficient knowledge about that tradition and our traditional culture. And it is better if you percolate uh, what, that knowledge among the people who are living in that era, in this modern 21st centuries era. So that's it. So everything here, like, you know maybe I can't say anything, but you just have to say. You must have to be confident in your own self, and never feel like low or something, even if you are in a low condition. Or so that is the ever best feeling when you says you are enough good, even you have a lot of weakness and flaw within you, but you are not making excuses like others. You are still going ahead. So that is your, actually this is the thing that you have to learn from your life, and you are actually learning. So keep going ahead. I recommend you guys and suggest you not to be the part of that crowd who always in the process and only wants to get benefits and amenities from others, and they don't want to hard work, and they don't want to sacrifice, and they don't want to be a dedicated person towards their objectives and motives. So this is really